All right, here we go. So, y'all see the title. And the answer, I don't think, I think that the answer is no. I don't think libertarians are completely wrong in what they say. Maybe I'll try to be polite and I'll actually say libertarian. People can go on and on. Hold on. People go on and on about, well, this is actually what libertarian means. And they'll say, well, it comes from Europe and Proudhon and people like that, and Kropotkin. Okay. And that Murray Rothbard and people like that took away the word libertarian from us. Okay. But I think that there are actual libertarians who are doing great things. And I think that are changing the culture. People like Joel Salatin, for example. Joel Salatin sounds like he's a libertarian. Everything I want to do is illegal. War stories from the local food front. What he promotes is basically a lot of, instead of just mowing, lawns and, all this different machinery, you have chickens and goats to take care of the land. This is something, there's a video. I'll go ahead and, I think I'll go ahead and put the link in the bottom if y'all want to watch it. But goats eat weeds, farmed at Fork, Wyoming. And it's about, 27 and a half minutes. It's a pretty good documentary, just kind of talking about how goats are used to clear the land and to, not just get rid of certain grasses and whatnot because of the use of pesticides and whatnot, Roundup, this and that. And I think that it's something that, Joel Salatin is kind of on the same road with, and that he's written books for quite a long time talking about this issue. And I think that's one of the important things. So I don't think, and I think that some of those folks, even in this documentary that I'll link, I think that some of these folks would identify themselves as libertarians to a point. Now, that's my assumption, but I think that a lot of folks do see it that way, And obviously, yeah, it's Wyoming. It's a fairly rural state. So you're going to get that sort of rugged mindset, right? These are educated people as well. And I think so. It's just like with any ideology is you're going to get folks who are very, they're worried about the wrong things. I'll put it this way. And they get the impression of, oh, well, I want, age of consent laws and, all that business. I know that's one of the main concerns that really turns people off from libertarianism. And it's for the fact that a lot of them are goofy LARPers. People, when we see, of course, people will turn on to the 2016 libertarian concert and we'll see the guy, stripped down to his skivvies and whatnot. No, that's embarrassing. It makes your party look like dipshits. That's why libertarians are the way they are. It's just like, there's, like I say, there's not one type of libertarian out there, I imagine. That's not me saying, oh, I'm a libertarian now. No, I'm not. But I think that there are some aspects of libertarianism in the U.S., and I know, that do have their purposes. And I think, yeah, the government does overreach and does, the use of Roundup is a little bit too much, this and that. Yeah, I'm going to read a comment here from this guy in the channel. I think it's like, why? Yeah. Now the goats. This has 2 million views, by the way. This is Wyoming PBS, which pretty much nobody watches, I imagine. But, 2 million hits on this video from 2017. But still, it speaks to a lot of folks, yeah. Some goats prefer weeds and brush that make a perfect companion to horse and cattle operations, yeah. See, there's one I was looking for. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, my family had a conservation agent to our property we just bought, and everything he wanted to do for forest management, wildflowers, glade restoration, natural native grasslands involve heavy Roundup use. And they do mean Roundup that was, recently, of course, lawsuits, Monsanto and all that business. Because of government aid programs, the price of flower and grass seeds has become overpriced the same way medicine has become due to insurance companies. You have to have the money to do it without government help. I don't think the conservation agent even knew of ways to do it without Roundup. Plus, organic farming has allowed far less government monetary aid than using pesticides. I'm talking a $200,000 plus difference. It's quite substantial from starting a farm when deciding what to do. Additionally, the banks require you to do things with their guidelines. When you get a loan, you become trapped into doing things the way the government and banks want you to do it. The way Roundup was pushed on us so hard kind of freaked us out and made us think Roundup definitely has too much power, and the company totally has links with the government to sell its products. Absolutely. Absolutely, they do. I mean, sorry to go on and on, but if we use Roundup, the native grasses wouldn't grow either. So we would have to have our fields planted with soybeans for years. Then you have the native grasses established before you can graze with any animals. That's like 4 to 6 years total for a starting farm to begin grazing their land. Just crazy. Anyway, thanks for reading. Yeah, hope this brings, So that kind of explains a little bit of the situation. So I don't think libertarians are completely wrong. I don't. And there's a lot of, the whole libertarian to alt-right pipeline, this and that. It's like, like I say, it's a very, if I had more brain power, then I would probably explain some more differences. But I understand that a lot of folks would be like, well, Wignats, this and that. I remember that, what's her name? I'm trying to think of her name now. The vegan chick from Canada who says she's disabled. I can't think of it. Talk about disabled. I can't think, my brain is disabled. What the hell is her name? I'm sorry, folks. I know y'all are going to be like, who the hell are you talking about? What is her name? I can't think of a real popular video. Oh. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. The Canadian thought, though, who I can't think of it. I know y'all will know in the comments. But anyway, where she was just like, well, a lot of these folks who live out in the country, they're very reactionary, this and that. It's just like, it's kind of typical because they're kind of, they're out there every day. They it's feast or famine for them. They don't really feel much loyalty for the city folks because they know that city folks are, vapid and this and that. So it's like, well, there's a reason they become that way. I imagine that, there's a reason why people become the way they become, They don't want intrusive species to enter into their neck of the woods, But it's similar with grass and whatnot. They don't want these intrusive species, so But I think that those things are changing. I'll put it that way. This is long-winded. I'm sorry, folks. But I just not all libertarians are the cringe LARPers that you see online, or the ones that push for age of consent law changes and all. They're not all like that. So I think that I will try to be a little bit more gentle with my critiques to a degree, but they are still cringe. Hopefully y'all enjoy that. See you later, and a goodbye.